Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and it's random destruction number 52. I'm in the E25, the tier 7 German tank destroyer. It's a premium one, and it's Overlord in a standard battle. And I'd like to apologise for the lack of a video yesterday. Remember me telling you that I dropped my hard drive a short while ago? Well, I thought all was alright apart from a few corrupted files. It still seemed to be working, and I'd saved a few things on there and tested it, and it seemed alright. So I saved the file on it for for yesterday's and Christmas's. Christmas's came off alright, the one for Christmas Day. Went to get the one off for yesterday and it was corrupt, so that's why there was nothing yesterday, so I lost that one. That was a world of fail. But we're back today with a random destruction, and I've been and got a brand new hard drive, so that should sort things out there. Now, the E25, very sneaky little tank, very low profile, quite lightly armoured. You can bounce the odd shot from lower tiers at a distance, but you really don't want to rely on your armour. But that's mainly down to the alright angling on the front. Its gun is fairly low penetration and low damage, but very high rate of fire. And it is very stealthy, and it's very, very mobile, and I quite like it. It's like a mixture of a light tank and a tank destroyer. And it's good for popping up, putting shots out, relocating and putting them out from somewhere else. Now, I'm working on that T21, and you can see the rate of fire on this thing. I'm going for the Wolverine, and against the tier 5s and 6s, it really doesn't take long to take them apart, especially the tier 5s. And of course I think it's got preferential matchmaking, I'm sure it has, so it only ever sees up to tier 8 as well. Now I've done a bit there, so I'm going to move somewhere else on the map and see if I can put a few shots in. I'm going to try and keep my distance a little bit. Sometimes that's not always possible though, is it? Now there's nothing I can get a shot at over there. So I'm going to pull back over to the eastern side of the map. Well, I say eastern side, more the middle, and see if I can swing around. And then a couple of mediums pop up on the western side, just on my right. So I'm going to see if I can get up here. And I'm quick enough that if I pop up and spot something, I can just duck back down again. But there's nothing there, so I'm fairly confident in popping over here, putting a couple of shots in, although I went a bit too far down there. I had to pull back to use the, to get the elevation in check. And I managed to finish off the other guy as well. Now there's an Su-85, it's not much of a shot, but it's quite accurate. And that's him down. Now let's see what else I can can work on. Can I get the LC? That is not much of a shot, and he's gone. Yeah. Is he coming back up? No, he's definitely ducked down. He's heading down towards the beach. So I'm not going to be able to get him. But I might be able to get that 3001H. It's a tier 5 heavy. I might take a hit from him. I've got most of my health left. And there's not many enemy tanks left to ours. So even if I do take a hit, I should be able to put quite a few in before he can actually give me another one, if he actually manages to hit me again. But I decide to relocate, and he does hit me, and he damages my engine. So I'm going to have to repair that, because mobility is key in this thing. Pop back up and round. I think he thinks I've buggered off, and that's the impression I was trying to give. And I'm going to just wait until he starts engaging something else, and then I'm going to pop up again on his side and put a few more shots in. Hopefully take him out before he can actually get his gun to bear on me. One more should do it, but somebody else put it in him. Now, what's left? A couple of heavies, that ELC who's managed to work his way around behind those two tank destroyers just over on my left. But I've now got the T29 now, he's got the 105mm gun, so I'm going to have to be very, very careful. I've got 577 health left, so I can't afford to take... Well, I can't afford to take a hit from him at all. I was going to say more than one, definitely not more than one. But I'd rather not take a single hit, so yeah, pull back. There's no RT, so I'm alright. I've just got to wait for him to turn his turret away again, and then just pop up, put another couple of cheeky shots in. And that's him done. Now we're down to one heavy and a tank destroyer. The tank destroyer is a CptBeardfaceKGK. And he was up in this direction somewhere. That heavy, he's down on the beach, isn't he? No, is he down on the beach? Yeah, he is. No, he isn't. He's just on the corner and he's dead. So all we've got left is the CptBeardfaceKGK, and it's just a case of finding him. And there he is. And again, I don't really want to take a hit from him. I could probably afford to take one. Definitely don't want to take any more. Can I get the last hit in? Yes, I can. And that was a bit of a cheeky little kill ninja. But then again, this is the German ninja. There we go, not a bad little round. 4,652 for my daily double. 2,500, well, just under 2,500 damage done. A little bit of assisted and a bit of blocked as well, which is nice. And a high caliber sniper and a second class mastery. And came top of the table. I do like the E25, and that's how I kind of like to play it, you know, hit and run. Put some shots out, relocate, put shots out at somebody else or at the same guy but from a different location, you know, fall back, sweep around the side of him and put shots in the flank, and it's really good for doing that. And it is a really fun tank destroyer, and I've not played it a lot recently, but sort of last week I took it out a few times as well, and I have been having a lot of fun in it. I do that, take it out for a bit and then forget about it for a couple of weeks, go back in it and just think, why did I not play this for the last 2 weeks? It's so much fun. Anyway, here we are for the second replay of tonight. I'm in the WZ-120. It's a tier 10 match on Fisherman's Bay, and it's a standard battle. I've got this fully upgraded now with the big gun. I think it's 122mm, something like that. I've not got the stats with me, but it's about, I think, 249 penetration, something like that, about 440 damage, with around 5 rounds a minute, I think. That's just off the top of my head, so don't quote me on that. It's got a fairly decent hull. I think it's actually the same hull as on the Type 59, and obviously the 59 pattern, and but it's got a stronger turret than the Type 59. I think that's about 200 on the front. I want to say this is something like 240. It might not be quite as much as that, it could be 220, but it's yeah, it's a better turret front, and it's a much bigger gun, although admittedly a slower rate of fire. Now I did have somebody ram me when I was moving in front of them, and then he just decided to stop in front of me as well, so some careful drivers, shall we say, in this match. Now, I wouldn't normally bring something like this towards the town. I'm not top tier. If I was top tier, I might do, depending on what else was in the match. But normally, I'd probably go up more towards the middle, into the village, or really over onto the left a bit more. But there didn't seem to be that many people coming this way at the time, and then it just sort of ended up that I was here, so I might as well stay. I can side scrape moderately well in it. I've got to be careful against tier 10s, but if I stay back here, I might be able to get a few shots in without being seen. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. Now, there's a T10 down there. I don't know what else is around. I was just waiting to see what else popped up. I should be able to hopefully get through the front of that T10. Yeah, there we go. That was a bit of a low roll though. Remember, I think the average damage on this is about 440. And that was 359. Now I took a hit from the T30, which, well, that's about half my health gone. So I really don't want to be taking another one of those. Got a Centennial down there, we've got an IS-3. So it's not looking too bad. There's quite a few of them, but there's sort of tier 8s, tier 9s as well. So it's not too savage. And the tier 9 that I saw, the T10, you know, he's taken a bit of a beating so far, but then again, so have I. Oh no, there's an Object 268 as well. No, it's not looking quite as good. Oh, and a Conqueror. Gonna hit even through his bushes. Oh, and a Death Star, lovely. That's, that was very lucky. I just took a hit from that Death Star and lost just over 100 health, 150 health, something like that. So yeah, that was extremely lucky, and I think I'm going to give him a bit of a slap in return. I know it's kind of like poking the bear a little bit. He's already hit me and done nothing to me, so he will already probably be feeling a little bit sore at that, and then I give him a poke back. So yeah, I've got to keep an eye on him. Now I'm going to take this, try and take the Centennial on. I'm going to go for the lower plate for the ammo rack. I damaged it. Just keeping an eye on anything coming around. Trying to angle up for a bit of side scrape. Wait for him to fire, and do you know what, bugger it, just pop round and put one into him. There we go. Now the IS-7's coming around. Now I have got to be careful, and I'm going to try my best to side scrape off here. And I didn't need to, I got a slightly high roll there. And that was just enough to finish him off, so that was quite lucky. No, I'm not doing too bad. Oh, the Death Star's back, but I'm reloaded. Fingers crossed I've got enough of a clout with this gun to finish him off with one hit. He's fired, so now it's my turn, and yes, I did. Right, not a bad little fight for that church, so let's move into the town a little bit more and see what else we can do. Conqueror's on very low health. Can I finish him off? Nope, somebody else got to him just before I did. But it's looking good in our favour. It's 9-3. We've won the town. There's a T-30 to take care of, but there's a lot of us coming in on him, so I'm going to go around the back of him and flank him. But I'm still going to have to be careful going around the back of him, because that sounded a bit wrong. I'm still going to have to be careful flanking, because there's still a tank destroyer unaccounted for, so I don't want to take another hit. I'm on 436 health. There's definitely some tank destroyers in this match that could take me out in one hit. Now the T-30's down. I did manage to get another hit on him. And now we've just got RT, a tank destroyer and a medium. Now the TD and the medium are both over near cap. And I'm assuming that the RT is going to be over there as well. In fact, the medium's down, so it's just a case of getting across. Oh, it's T95, and yeah, he just got a big hit from something. So now it's just a case of finding Artie. And who's going to get there first? Well, luckily the WZ-120 is no slouch when it comes to shifting, so I'm hoping that I might just get there first. And yeah, I've got my money on this bottom corner. In fact, there he is. Can I get to him? I'm going to have to be careful though. I don't want to poke around. I think I'm just going to blaze around and... Oh, he's facing the wrong way. Oh, and I didn't quite kill him. Oh well. There we go, that'll do. Not a bad match. And I really do like the WZ-120. The only downside to that gun is it does reduce its gun depression to only -3 degrees. So yeah, it's a bit savage. But I've been driving the T-34-3, so I'm getting a bit used to it. But yeah, 4,231 damage done, first class mastery, and 4,684 XP for my daily double, and top of the table, which is nice because it was a tier 10 match as well, so I was quite happy with that one. I wouldn't normally have taken that to town in a tier 10 match, but I'm glad I did. But yeah, I really do like that gun on it. Of course, you could run it with the one before it. I can't remember what it is. Is it 100mm? It's the same as the top gun on the 110, the tier 8 Chinese heavy, and you get quite a good rate of fire with that. 215 damage and about 300 or 320. I think it might be 300. No, sorry, 215 penetration and about 320 damage roughly. But yeah, it's got a really good rate of fire on it on that tank. So I don't know. I did make it work with that one, but anyway. Here we are for the last of the replays. I'm in the Gorynych KV-5, the tier 8 premium Russian heavy. It's a tier 9 match, Erlenberg Blizzard, and it's an assault, and we're on the attack. Now, when this is top tier, it's a force to be reckoned with. It does have its weak spots, but when you're charging somebody down, they tend to panic a bit and just go to try and track you. So they don't tend to, you know, shoot for your weak spots. They basically don't want to get hit, because if you do hit them in a ram, you know, at full speed, you are going to make a mess of them. it can get some speed up going downhill, and it weighs a hell of a lot. It's got I think it's a 107mm gun. Decent rate of fire for a Russian vehicle, about 167 pen and about 320 damage, something like that. So again, I've not got the figures on me, I'm afraid. I do apologise for that. But I just thought I'd try out a slightly different format as opposed to giving you a rundown. It depends, you know, if you prefer the rundown, let me know in the comments and I'll carry on with that. If you prefer just a bit of an opinion over it, really, then let me know and I'll carry on with this. So there you go. But anyway, I'm going to head over towards the castle and see what we can do over here. Although with it being a tier 9 match, like I say, its main weak spots are the larger of the machine gun turrets on the front and the sort of large machine gun turret, possibly. I don't think it's the commander's cupola, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, the one on top of the main turret as well, that's a bit of a weak spot. And you know, in a tier 8 match, they can be penned fairly easily. I think they're about 120mm, something like that. So tier 9s are not going to have much trouble at all. But if I can keep my distance, if I can angle, the armour, you know, the armour on this is really quite good. I think it's about 180 on the front, 150 sides and rear. So a bit of angling, that should help with the distance from the enemy tanks. And it should make those weak spots harder to hit as well. Now, we've given that poor guy that was a bit of an early scout a nasty beating, and then the Conqueror's popped out. I didn't manage to damage him, but I have tracked him, and I'm going to go for that lower front plate on the right hand side as we're looking at it, because it's roughly behind there that there's a large ammo rack. I've had no luck. Can I get another hit in before he... No, he's disappeared behind cover. Now, I might be able to get that Type 59 though. And again, just tracked him. Or did I? Did I just damage his tracks? Oh, there's an E25 coming round on the flank. Hopefully somebody else is going to see him and start dealing with him. And with some of the stuff up there, I'm not in a hurry to get much closer. I've not been spotted. I'm going to put some shots in from here. Especially with that tier 9 French autoloader up there. He could, yeah, he could make a mess of me with a full clip. Maybe not kill me, but definitely leave me in a sorry state when I manage to track him and do some damage. And if I can just reload in time, I might be able to finish him off. Oh, and it dropped. And he's escaped. I'll console myself with shaving a bit more of the T25/2, but he got taken out. I think somebody else hit him at the same time. Now, there's T-54 sneaking out on the flank. I'm going to have to try and keep half an eye on him. And yeah, think about just moving in a bit closer. I'm starting to surround them, but it is... No, it's an uneven fight. And unfortunately, it's not in our favour. Although, the T-54 and the E-75 are on full health. The Conqueror, was it? That's he's perilously low health. That AMX, was it the 5120? He's on quite low health. And the Lycan looks like he's just buggered off. So I'm going to try and get in there. Hopefully see if we can even the score a little bit with regards to how many guys are fighting down here. I'm going to keep an eye on the Type 59. Hope that I can, well, maybe put a shot into him, make him pull back, and then maybe ram the AMX. But I think I'm just going to put a shot in anyway. I'm going to risk taking a hit from him. Oh, and he's not even looking at me. Beautiful. So that's him done. Keep an eye out for that Type 59 or whatever could be behind me. The Lycan's just popped back up. But now I can sneak up on the back of this E75. Oh. That was a rebound though. And now I am going to have to be careful. And I could possibly just side scrape off here and try and hide that weak spot. In fact, it seems to be working. That was a bit of a hasty return shot though. Excuse me. So I'm going to aim a little bit better. There we go. Now I can just get his commander's hatch. And I think I'm hiding my weak spots, and he's just bouncing. Yep, there we are. The track's 8, that one, he's going to be getting frustrated now. He's got somebody else coming around on his flank. He's having to pull back, and that's just giving me his side. And one more. No, maybe one more. Definitely one more now. And that's him done. Right, the match has turned decidedly more in our favour. There's only 3 left on the enemy team. There's a heavy, a tank destroyer, and, well, there's artillery. But I was kind of worried because I can't remember how long it takes to cap for one tank on an encounter. Not an encounter, sorry, on an assault. Now, I've got all my health still. Depending on what's left, you know, I'm not entirely sure what's left, but if depending on what that tank destroyer is, etc., could afford to take a couple of hits from them, maybe take them out. But I'm going to try and get to cap. Now, we've still got a few guys left, but because of the blizzard, obviously radio range is reduced, so I am out of radio range with them. But I'm going to head to cap. I'm going to try, hopefully, cap out if there's enough time left, which I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So we've got an Object 704 and a GW Panther. There's the Object 704, so we know where he is and we know where the GW Panther is. So fingers crossed I'm going to have enough time to cap, because if not, we could be in trouble. And we're going to have to chase those guys down. Although, no, that's it. It looks like the medium took them both out. Or Artie might have taken one of them out, I'm not entirely sure, but that's a win. So I'm happy with that. 122,000 silver out of that one, but I did get an extra, I think it was 20,000 from the op, and just shy of 3,000 damage done. Second class mastery, and I can't remember, that might have been the one that actually got me my mark of excellence on the Gorynych, with 960 blocked and a little bit of assisted, and I came second, but I'm happy with that. I wasn't top tier, so I'm quite happy to come second in a tier 9 match. So yeah, I was quite happy with that. It was a good match. Quite interesting, and it worked quite well playing the support, but there you go. Anyway, as always, take care out there, and I will catch you next time. See you later.